for Sports, the sports magazine show that comes to you live from Jamaica. And I'm your host, Owen Hill. Today we're located on the southeastern end of the island, a place called Wikiwaki, which offers a very breathtaking view overlooking the Three-Finger Jack Mountain. And we'll be discussing rugby and boxing. Today on set, we have Mr. Romeo Monteith, the Director of Rugby for the Jamaica Rugby League Association. Rugby was always considered a gladiator sport. Mr. Monteith will tell us pretty much what rugby has been like, what are the developments, and how he plans to move rugby forward in Jamaica. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Just tell me about rugby. What is going on in rugby in Jamaica?
Well, Rugby League has been going for around 8 years in Jamaica now. We started in 2004, and we're making steady progress. Because when we started, there was no rugby league in universities and in high schools, for example. We only had like 4 club teams. Today, we have universities and colleges playing. We're also in several high schools across the island, as well as a thriving community game. Our international team, the Jamaica, the Reggae Warriors, we're also doing pretty well. We're ranked 23rd in the world, and we've been making steady progress. We have had 2 famous victories against South Africa in the World Cup qualifiers in 2011. And we've also had a good victory against Canada back in 2010. Therefore, I think that we're on the right path, and I think the sport has a very bright future in Jamaica, and we'll be doing everything that we can to ensure that the majority of the island get exposed to this sport, and that is my main role and focus at the Jamaica Rugby League Association.
Okay, so do you consider rugby like an internationally recognized sport? What's like the spectator support like? Do people gravitate towards rugby?
Yes, well, Rugby League is definitely a very big sport internationally. If you look at countries such as England, Australia, New Zealand, France, these countries have thriving Rugby League professional competitions. In the United Kingdom, for example, several Jamaican heritage players, that's where they ply their trade, and they make a very good living playing Rugby League. In Jamaica, as I said, the sport is steadily making progress. We have played several representative games here locally, and we have had some really good crowds. Recently we played the Great Britain under-23 amateur team, and we had like 600 people come out to watch. So I think that in any vein, that's a good number. And I think that as we continue to put the sport out there, as we continue to get more exposure and have more people playing the sport, I'm sure that it can become Jamaica's 3rd largest field sport, which is the aim that we have.
This is Akima Mullins, Commonwealth Zonal Middleweight Champion, and you're watching Passion for Sports.
Passion for Sports will be right back.
Up next is the Passion for Sports replay, where we give you a roundup of the local and international sports over the week. These include great goals, games, point standings, and other things. Welcome back to Passion for Sports. It's now time for On Your Mark, sports trivia that keeps you on your toes. How many Jamaicans were in the men's final of the 400-meter race in London Olympic Games in 1948? Let me repeat that question. How many Jamaicans were in the men's final of the 400-meter race of the London Olympic Games in 1948? We've been doing this for a very long time. Trust me.
You're watching Passion for Sports.
Welcome back to Passion for Sports. Our next guest is landing some new punches in boxing. His name is Christopher Brown. He's the owner of the Jamaica Genesis Boxing Stable, and he's the promoter of the new Mayhem series. So tell us about the new stable that you have.
Well, the new stable is, we call it the Mayhem series, and the stable is a compilation of 5 of the best boxers in Jamaica. Now, meaning that we put them together knowing that when people come out to watch the shows, not that they'll be just entertained, but they'll have also great boxing and great technical boxing.
Okay, so you are seeing a niche and you're trying to fill that void by providing that sort of stable here.
Yes, meaning that we're trying to build a stable, also advertise these guys, give them the opportunity to earn a living, that they don't have to go overseas to bring boxing or be successful in boxing. So we're trying to keep that market here, that we'll have world champion or world championship fights here in Jamaica, which will be a big thing for the country.
Okay, so how do you scout talents for this stable?
Oh, you go around the different gyms, you hear about certain guys, you watch them. A lot of guys, it's not that they're not good, but they need to be developed a certain way. So what we do is we're also in part of the development of these boxers. So right now we're scouting a lot of amateurs because, you know, we have to plant that seed. The seed is what makes the tree grow. So if you don't have the seed, you just have older boxers in boxing. We're trying to develop now the amateur between myself and Wayne Sharp.
Okay, so what gives you that sort of expertise?
Well, I come from a fighting background, from a mixed martial arts, but I've been trained by some of the best boxers in the business. Very bad, but I went through Russ Amber, which used to train Arturo Gotti and those guys. I went through Chris Johnson, Jerome the Kid Coffee. I had great trainers, you understand? So those things, bringing it and implementing the Jamaican system is just it's a development process.
Okay, so the future for boxing in Jamaica is in good hands. You're pretty much saying that, yes?
Yes, because right now we're scouting a lot of amateurs. We're trying to get them from their 10, 11 where they don't have these bad habits, and we're trying to turn the bad habits into good habits. So we want them from young, want them to come out, but at the same time you have to show them that it could be a way of life for them. Not that you have a boxer that's all around Jamaica, but he can't survive.
Promoter of the new Mayhem series and the owner of the Jamaica Genesis boxing stable. The new Don King of Jamaica, people. I tell you.
Passion for Sports will be right back.
We have the answer to the first question. How many Jamaicans were in the men's final of the 400-meter race in the London Olympic Games? The answer is Arthur Wynne and Herb McKinley. But did you know that Herb McKinley was actually the favorite to win that race? And Arthur Wynne actually got to the line before him? Whoa, it's like a Bolt versus Blake sort of thing, 1948. By the way, Lionel Messi from Euro Championship Team Barcelona will be here, vacationing in Jamaica. He'll be on set talking to us. So be sure to watch Passion for Sports. If sports is your passion, then like us on Facebook or check out our website, www.passionforsports.tv. I don't know where we'll be coming from next week, but what I do know, it will be from another beautiful part of Jamaica. This is Owen Hill signing out from WikiWaki, saying, until we meet again, the game clock is saying 0. We're out of time. You are watching Passion for Sports.